Well, let's see what the postmaster has brought to me today. Hopefully, it's a bunch of watch goodies that I bought off eBay. Ugh, my hair's a mess. I don't want those anyway. Give me my key. Hey, that's funny. When you have a plumbing problem, we don't monkey around. That's a monkey. I need a light. Dashboard is my Citizen Navihawk. And I'm actually waiting on a call back from Citizen so I can get some help setting that thing, because it's really cool. And it's the first generation. I think it's a C300. So the dial is much less busy than a lot of the standard ones. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's a quartz. I'd prefer an Eco Drive because I'm funny like that. But altogether, I think this is going to be a really great watch. I can't wait to get it set, because I just can't figure it out.
Alright, so it turns out one of my packages ended up going back to the post office because it was signature required, but it's a collection of old random bands that came from eBay, so we'll go through that tomorrow. But in the meantime, you want to see a montage of me struggling to open packages, don't you? Alright, well, that was taped reasonably well. Well, what I have here is a royal boatload of bands, which is exactly what I've been wanting.
Good night. I didn't realize they were all from one particular brand, Tech One, which I can't see that I've heard of. Didn't realize they were Velcro either. I tend not to be a fan of Velcro. But this is one that caught my eye that I really liked. So I'm really wondering what I'm going to end up trying that one on. Genuine leather. Oh, look at that. Special, $4.95. I think I paid like $30 for this whole lot. Anyway, that's one of my favorites. Random. Oh, I like that one. That one was one that caught my eye too. Vintage styling, but I'm pretty certain I'll find a watch to go on that one. Same with this one. Oh, that's different with its straps there instead. And blue leather. Is that blue? No, that's black. Maybe it might be dark blue, depends on the light. And of course my crappy videography skills. Digging it. Oh, this one's not quite as large. And that's probably no, judging by the belt buckle, that's probably a ladies style. Cool. I'm not 100% certain how I feel about these Velcro ones. I was hoping these were NATO and thereby not Velcro. This tends to be, I prefer the double strap NATO style, but these work well. This is pretty thin, and it's also got a very thin buckle. So not quite the best, but I mean, it'll do. But these bands, it's just different. I'm going to have to look into these and test them out first. Can't wait to see the ones we'll be getting tomorrow. Now let's see what's in the other packages.
Now this, I know for a fact, is going to be a Bulova. It is one that is another eBay purchase. It does not work, so it's going to be something I'm going to pick apart, and it's probably just a battery or something relatively easy like that. Comes with a cool, free Ziploc bag. I love me a Ziploc bag. You know, honestly, I own a Bulova watch case that I picked up when I decided to try my hand at putting watches together, which has been unsuccessful so far. So this is actually my very first Bulova. This one here has, it's got the screw down crown. It is a Bulova Marine Star. Oh, wouldn't you know it? The seconds dial just started ticking. I'm not certain what could be wrong with this, if anything at all. Most of the watches that I've had, that I have, for instance, this one that I bought off eBay not too long ago, it's a Seiko Kinetic. All it needed is a capacitor, and that was it. This one that I bought just needed to be set out in the sun and charged up. And I have another one identical to this one that it did actually need a new battery. But you know, 25 bucks later, and boom, you know, who's complaining about that? Smart looking watch. I actually really like these Seiko solar chronometers. I don't know what this Bulova might be. It didn't come to me with anything. Obviously, it came with what you saw. Just the wrapping. Jeez, this watch is heavy. I mean, look at the size of this. It's bigger than a silver dollar. That dial alone is bigger than an American silver dollar, and these are not small. This is my personal favorite type of clasp. You have the pinch point here, clip, and that. I just like them, even over these Citizens. Well, Seiko even uses that style where they have the little clip on the inside that clips the side down, and then you have the folding hasp. I just prefer having this little pinch point there. But let's see, this watch has the, no, I'm not going to get a good angle. Stainless steel, water resistant. I think that's a C860 104 6C. Needs a good cleaning, that's for sure. I didn't get any word from the seller on what exactly this needs, so it's going to be interesting figuring out what this needs. I think I'm going to give that some... I'm going to give this a poke tonight and see if I can't make it work. Anyway, moving on to a slightly more interesting subject. The Citizen Navahawk. With the help of a wonderful, wonderful person named Sharon at Citizen, we got this thing set. So now Sharon, such a nice person, such a nice lady. She's been working at Citizen for 30 years and knew exactly what this watch was simply when I said C300. Oh, you've got a Navahawk. That's the kind of customer service I like. When the representative knows right away what you've got and knows what it looks like, has a good idea of how it operates, and you know, you really can't beat that kind of service, especially when you can sit there and talk watches even after the task is done and the watch is set, you know, you can set and talk watches with the representative for a good 15 or 20 minutes after. I think that's a wonderful experience. Anyway, shout out to Citizen for providing some awesome customer service. Shame on you, Seiko in New Jersey. You guys need to step up your game. I would expect better. On to Citizen again. Something I'm noticing coming up more and more in eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and in advertisements for Wish.com is the Seiko Blue Angels. I'm sorry, Citizen Blue Angels that are coming up on Wish. Well, this is one of them, and this is a scam. This is a counterfeit Citizen Blue Angels watch that you can commonly find on Wish for, I think it's 20 or 35 bucks. So I don't have good camera equipment. I'm filming on an iPad right now, so I'll do what I can to show you some key tricks. Pay attention to right here where it says, what it's supposed to say, Blue Angels. Instead, you're going to find it saying Blue Angles. I don't think I'm going to be able to zoom in enough on that. Yeah, it says Blue Angles, and it doesn't just say that on only this counterfeit wristwatch. It says them on pretty much all of them that you're going to find on all the. It says it on all the counterfeit watches, especially from Wish. This sub-dial here at 9 o'clock doesn't tick. That's supposed to be a 24-hour sub-dial. It doesn't move. So that's another thing to look out for. These are just painfully obvious. Now, these buttons do actually work. They do tick. So I will give it that. So it does function somewhat correctly. I don't know what movement is in there, but they're commonly being touted as the automatic. But it says right under Citizen, right there, quartz. Which, if you know anything about watches, and if you're watching this video, you probably know something about watches. Quartz means it's battery powered. Automatic means it's balance driven. So, now, some of you might be curious about what the back looks like. Well, yeah. So, it also says it's radio controlled. Well, it's not radio controlled. So, anyway, be on the lookout for these things. These guys are out there. They don't know jack diddly about watches. I bought this one thinking it actually was one of the newer models of the Blue Angels, and well, I got bit. Thankfully, eBay had my back on that one. And then the next day, I posted this Seiko Solar for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and I ended up with another fella trying to offer me this same identical counterfeit watch for that Seiko. Except, to the guy's credit, I don't think he knew this was a counterfeit. Even though he messaged me again the next day, still thinking that his watch was legit. Who knows? So be careful out there. When you're looking at watches, take your time. You know, if you're a newbie to this, take your time, especially on eBay. Oh, it's getting bad out there. Take your time. Learn watches. Ask a lot of questions. That's the best way to learn anything. And get yourself a good Citizen watch. But you can't go wrong with a Seiko either. Thanks for watching. Respect for the rights of others is peace. Alright, so finally got this package, which came clear from where? England? Yeah. The United Kingdom. With some cool looking watch bands. At least I think they're pretty cool looking. Also, found out that the order that I got from, I don't know, Texas yesterday was missing a whole bunch of stainless steel bracelet straps that were supposed to come with it. I didn't realize that till I reviewed the order this morning, and I was like, huh. Missing a bunch of stuff. Got a full refund, which was great, but I would also like to know where the rest of the order is, because I was really hoping to increase my stash of stainless steel bracelets. But anyway, let's see what's inside this package. Alright, now that you've watched me struggle yet again to open another package, let's see what we've got. It was Vicious Assault bubble wrap. Alright, let me show you what I've got. How about that? I'd say that's a pretty good start for a stash. For starters, we'll look at this ND Limits rubber. It's a diver band. Personally, I don't favor the rubber type bands. They're just not quite my style. So that's just gonna go in the spare pile or the spare box. Now let's look at this one. This actually reminds me of the flat link style that I saw on I believe it's a mid-1970s Omega Seamaster that's at a local shop. And I really like the flat style. I'm told they're more comfortable. This is, there's no branding on it. It just says Hong Kong 100% stainless steel, so it's probably just one of those odd ones. Someone is playing Fortnite in the background. But hey, check out how it gets a little wider towards the ends. That's pretty neat. I haven't seen that before on one of these. Sometimes I like getting the occasional worn leather band, just because I think they look cooler on some of the older watches that I have. They have some nice patina to them. This one came from Rotary, it says. That's pretty cool. I'm normally not quite a fan of the alligator style, but I think this one is definitely going to go on one of my watches, probably the Longines. I don't know. There's so many different ways to pronounce so many of these friggin' words. Oops, of course I dropped that one. These ones probably not going to get used. I'm going to put together an antique watch for my grandmother for Christmas, so I might end up utilizing one of these bands for her. Definitely more feminine style, especially this one. So that may be where either one of these go. Now, oh, this is an interesting weave. Check out that weave. That's a different for, I think this is a NATO style. Yeah, this is just a single band type, I believe. Although this is unfamiliar to me. I've never seen that before. Let's see, how do you... Oh, I see. You can shorten it, lengthen it this way. That's cool. That is pretty cool. excited to put that one to use. Now this one is the most ornate in the stash. I like handcrafted leather. I truly do. I'm not entirely certain what watch will end up on this one, but I imagine I'll put it to use at some point for something. I'm going to start going to Salvation Army and Goodwill stores to see what kind of watches I can pick up. I've seen some guys pick up Omega Seamasters for like $5 because people just don't know what they have. So, don't know. I don't think I'll put an Omega Seamaster on this one though. But never know. Might find some neat, whimsical, vintage thing to throw on this. I think this is probably half a band. I don't know where the other half to that one is. Maybe we'll come across that in a minute. Another feminine-oriented band from the 80s. Oh, check that out. That's pretty cool. Popping the stuff. Just a simple gray suede band. That's pretty cool. That's pretty small. It's like a 16 or 18 perhaps. And I don't know what this says. Burma? Or something? I don't know. Can any of you read this? I can't. But I'm gonna, since it's a 20 millimeter, I'm gonna see if this is if this can fit on my Omega Speedmaster, because this is just the type that I was looking for, because it has the, being as that watch sat in a lake for 20 odd years, suffice it to say it's got a little bit of a patina on the dial. The movement, as you may have seen in one of my previous videos, is still serviceable, and I'm going to be sending that to a friend of mine named Rick Hoover, who is going to be tearing into that and restoring it and making it run again, which will be freaking great. This is exactly the type of band that I have really wanted to put onto it. It has the appropriate feel of durable, rustic type leather, and it has the kind of a matte finish on the stainless steel hardware. So I think this is probably gonna go on that watch. So yep, I foresee at least trying out the Omega on this one. Last but not least, we have something that kind of surprised me. I have never heard of cork being used as a material to make watches, but this came in the bunch. It's vintage style, that's for sure. I honestly, I read cork and I was like, how does that hold up? How does cork hold up? Well, I'm looking at it and it looks like there is leather, real thick leather, under it, with perhaps the leather as a sort of treated finish on the outside. I'm not certain. All I can say is I think it's pretty neat. You know, bikini girl aside. This is actually a pretty neat band. It's unique. I've never seen one with this design on it. I've never seen one with this, you know, with that thickness of leather, and I do like a good thick leather band. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. I'm certain it'll probably get used somewhere at some point. Anyway, that is the extent of this stash. This is something I picked up months ago when I thought I was going to start building watches from scrap parts, which I am not skilled enough to do yet. I need to put that in the mail tomorrow. Get that sent off along with most of the crystals and other some such things. You know, a bunch of new old stock I picked up at one point. I sold / traded off a lot of that. Yeah, I'm gonna be hitting up the post office tomorrow. Anyway, that's what's come this week. Update on the Bulova. We still don't quite know what is making these not work. I cleaned off a bunch of some sticky gunk that was on the case back, and I'm speculating that whatever was on there, or whatever it may have been exposed to, may have gotten under these push buttons. Because other than that, I really don't know what could be be under there. I need to get the case back off again and take a good look at the inside here to see what might be going on with that. I like the watch. I don't know if I'll wear it because it's just so freaking heavy. I got an offer from some guy on Facebook on one of the Bulova pages asking me if I'd be selling it. I don't know if I will, because even though it's so freaking heavy and I don't know if I'll wear it, I think it might look good in the collection. Undecided yet. Gotta clean it up, make it function, and then may or may not add it to the collection. I don't know. Sarah likes it, so more than likely probably going to keep it. But first and foremost, got to get into it, got to figure out what's keeping the chronometer complications from actually working. Boy. Anyone need a watch band? I've got a few extra. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you like the content. Give me ideas on what more you would like to see, and I will continue to share anything else that pops up in my stash from one week to the next. Be safe out there.